So this video is a bit of a follow-up to last week's video on building a self-care toolbox, as there are a few more things I would like to share. And while I talk, I'll be drawing and painting in my sketchbook. I've decided to create a winter self-care spread because art is one of my favorite self-care practices. One of the things I wanted to talk about is setting boundaries and protecting your energy. This is such an important self-care habit. It takes some practice because most of us are so used to reacting to other people's needs and expectations that we often forget to check in with ourselves. It can be difficult to even recognize your own needs if you're not used to looking for them. Sometimes all you know is that you feel off, maybe tired, sad, or drained, but you aren't sure where to start or what to do about it. One way to think about it is to imagine you have an inner bottle of energy, and every time you do something, a bit of that energy gets poured out. Some activities, however, can refill the bottle, giving you energy instead of depleting it. Doing things for others isn't always draining. It can be energizing too. It just depends on the situation and how it affects you personally. The important thing is to identify what fills you up and what drains you. For example, you could take some time this week to observe your life and yourself and find out how you work. You can be like the scientist and the test subject at the same time. If you want, jot down some notes. When do you feel most energized? When do you feel drained? Are there specific people or situations that affect you in these ways? This will be different for everyone, so be curious and try to recognize your own unique patterns, without judgment. The goal is to build awareness and learn how to manage your energy in a way that feels right for you. And now let's talk a little more about boundaries and why they are such a powerful self-care tool. Learning to set boundaries is really about learning to honor yourself, your time, your energy, and your emotional needs. Many of us didn't learn how to do this, or we feel guilty when we do. Saying no can feel uncomfortable, especially if we're used to being available to others all the time. However, always saying yes to things that leave you depleted doesn't help anyone in the long run either. If you're unsure where to begin, try noticing situations where you feel overwhelmed or resentful. Those feelings are often clues that a boundary might be needed. It could be something simple like setting aside quiet time just for yourself, or limiting how often you check messages if it's draining your focus. When you start practicing boundaries, remember it's a process. It takes time, patience, and a little bit of courage. You don't have to get it perfect. Just start small and build from there. Over time, you will notice a greater sense of peace and balance as you learn to protect your energy with kindness and clarity. And finally, I want to share a few winter self-care ideas with you. But before I do, remember, self-care should feel supportive and not like another item on your to-do list. Practices like taking a walk or starting a meditation routine, they can be wonderful. But if they feel like something you should do to be healthier or more productive, they might end up draining you instead of replenishing your energy. Try to choose the things that feel light and easy, the things that truly nourish you. Leave the rest for another time, or skip them altogether if they don't bring joy. Self-care is deeply personal, and the best practices are the ones that fit you. So here are some winter self-care ideas to inspire you. Create a cozy corner with blankets, pillows, and warm lighting for relaxing or reading. Make a seasonal tea blend using things like cinnamon, ginger, and orange peel. Take a mindful winter walk, noticing how nature has changed, the sounds, textures, and colors of the season. Write a gratitude list reflecting on the joys and lessons of the past year. Give yourself a hand massage with a nourishing lotion or oil, focusing on each finger and joint. Practice a simple candle meditation. Watch the flame for a few minutes while breathing deeply. Indulge in a hot bath or foot soak with Epsom salts and essential oils like lavender or eucalyptus. Create a winter vision board filled with cozy, peaceful, or inspiring seasonal images. Enjoy a slow journaling session with prompts like, "What does rest feel like to me?" or "What nurtures my soul in winter?" Prepare a hearty, warming meal from scratch, savoring the process as a meditative act. And that's another thing you can do anytime, to just make the decision to enjoy everything you do anyway and really go into it and do it intentionally and celebrate the process of doing whatever you're doing. Like, for example, cooking a meal or eating or reading a book with your children or anything like this. Try and really enjoy all the small, tiny moments and make them bigger for yourself. So that's everything I have for this week, and thanks very much for listening. I wish you a wonderful week and talk to you soon again.